and the desperation sets in. So there's been a couple big events or revelations that have come out over the last couple of days. But if you've been just watching MSNBC or CNN or all of these channels, you might not have seen any of them. So what am I talking about? First, you have the DNC repealing a ban that Obama had put on the DNC to try to limit the influence of special interests and huge money in influencing the election. It was kind of a token measure that they just completely destroyed. Understand something, that the establishment is freaking desperate and terrified of Bernie Sanders and his supporters, because we are actually threatening them and fighting for real change, and they cannot have that. But understand something else. They can't win, and they will never win. So there are a bunch of crazy developments happening. You have the caucus states being stacked with Hillary supporters as becoming the precinct captains. It's kind of similar to what they did in Iowa. And you have a new movement that has popped up on Reddit where people are encouraging other people to videotape the caucuses and videotape the caucus results just to keep the precincts honest, because it's very, very obvious that they're trying to steal this thing. They're desperate. On the national level, you have Representative Clyburn from South Carolina, who said that, he was not going to endorse any candidates until the end of the South Carolina primaries because he didn't want to influence a voter's decision. After saying that, comes out this week to endorse Hillary Clinton. So by definition, trying to influence voters' decisions. You have people like Alex Jones, who everybody thinks is probably the most anti-establishment person ever, right? But in reality is a very essential part of establishment control and propaganda. Now, I'm probably going to get some heat for saying that, but let me explain. Alex Jones, the way how he argues about something, he'll take something that's true or a known fact or something that people are upset about and then rub it in a bunch of crazy. So that way, if you're on the side of that issue, you're now associated with the crazies and the conspiracy theorists. And by doing that, you discredit the message and you lose the whole point of it. A simple analogy is, imagine a nice turkey sandwich. Absolutely delicious, made by Firehouse or somebody else. And then they sprinkle a little bit of goat shit on the top of it. It's no longer a turkey sandwich, it's now a shit sandwich. That's how this propaganda works. Now, if you've seen Alex Jones's channel, he's devoted his program completely to bashing Bernie Sanders. It's part of the central theme of desperation. So we've got the DNC repealing this ban, and also there was also another story that came out a couple weeks before of Debbie Wasserman Schultz and the DNC promising unprecedented, their words, access to the candidates based on to the top donors in the DNC. This is exactly what the problem is and what Bernie Sanders has been trying to fight. You have Hillary Clinton coming out defending Citizens United. You have Nancy Pelosi now talking about how the Democrats will never run on tax cuts. The Bernie Sanders campaign has done a lot to peel off the veneer, the illusion of the two-party system, of the left versus right system, and expose the system and the establishment and everything for what it actually is. Top versus bottom. We are directly threatening them because we have somebody who actually cares about change. And more importantly, we're doing it outside of the influence of corporate profits. Now, the reason why I've been saying that this, despite all their desperate measures, all their propaganda, all their tricks, why they're still not going to win, is because they fundamentally misunderstand people. And they misunderstand the people who support Bernie and what this campaign is about. They still believe that money is all that matters. And if you raise enough money, then you win Bernie Sanders is proving that that's not true. First, Hillary Clinton raised 10 times the amount that Bernie Sanders has. Like, her war chest is way bigger than Bernie's. Barely able to win in Iowa, 0.2%. Got freaking trashed in New Hampshire. Tied nationally with Bernie. And the DNC's response is to try to raise more money. In a campaign where people are very much aware of the corruption and want real change. This right here is why we're going to win. Because they don't understand us. So don't get beaten down by some of these stories that are coming out. See it as a positive thing. The more they overreact, and the more they get crazy, and the more they try crazy shit to try to steal this thing, is the more pissed off it's going to make people. And the more it's going to get people to rally behind Bernie. Don't let the propaganda from, swell merchants like Alex Jones, or from, Capehart or any of these other idiots on TV get you confused or get you motivated or depressed to not try. This is psychological war. And we win by keeping our minds strong and never losing sight of the goal. Thank you.